Board of Education's regular meeting for Tuesday, March 4th. At this point in time, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Tucker, please give us the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And if we could take one moment, we had an employee that had a loss in the family this week, so we would like to present you with John to say that we are with him and we appreciate it. Okay. Now, recognitions and presentations. Lincoln Middle School cheerleaders won the Mid-Mountain 10 competition. Congratulations. Being here means that you have to show us your award-winning cheer. Oh, I'm not joking. So we will have certificates for you guys. Ms. Mancini, would you like to present the certificates? And Ms. Smith, would you help her, please? Yes.
You're going to get them the chair, right?
Well, I think that they should do something before they get their certificates.
You can flip on your way up.
It's on here. First up, we have Kenley Poland, if you'll come. You just want to stand right there. We're going to get a picture all together. Chloe Waybright. Katie Hanna. Maisie Stonebreaker. Gracelyn Wood. Kira Roby. Bella LaFawn. Daphne Prangler. Hallie Toriak. Elijah Carver. Yeah, look.
Go ahead, do a flip for us. Come on.
There we go. No, Kinsley Ramsey. Lainey Spino. Reagan Lee. Alyssa Hamrick. Peyton Leary. Mahala Pumphrey. Rihanna Stout. And Letty McDonald. Coached by Miranda Buchanan and Heather Lee.
And Principal Lloyd Scott.
Mrs. Scott is here in the back.
She loves
She loves pictures.
Come in here in front. Make it hot in here.
Get her there.
All right, guys, let us get one picture and then we get the rest of it, all right?
Parents get theirs. Feel like old times, we county orders.
Yeah. I think you probably had her half over
I was gonna say lots.
Cheers. Cheers. At least one, right? Do a fight cheer.
Doesn't want to do anything. You're embarrassed. Got Elijah's flip. That's the best we got today, huh?
Good flip, very good flip.
It could be.
Yes, thank you all, congratulations. All right, now, I always give everyone the opportunity to stay and participate in our meeting, but if you would like to leave, feel free at this point in time. We just have some business.
Thank you.
Just give them the opportunity to stay.
There now.
Okay, this brings us down to our next item, delegations. We have one delegation, Violet Karen.
You prefer like Anderson?
You can come to the podium, please. You have 5 minutes.
Move this back over here.
I won't be nearly as fun as that, I can assure you. But good evening, thank you to the board, the superintendent, other administrative staff. I know you've had long days, I have too. And I just wanted to introduce myself. I am Violet Karen. And if you don't mind, I'm going to refer to my notes just for brevity, because I know you have other things to do this evening. I am a parent of an elementary school student in Harrison County. And I saw on the February 18th agenda, and forgive me if there were minutes, I missed it, that there was a discussion about ice packs. Do you have any updates from that?
Typically, we will not interact. You're more than welcome to wait after the meeting. We can talk to you.
Okay.
But when we typically just address things to me.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss it. So my goal in coming, I wanted to see how it all works. And again, thank you for your service. I do know it takes an extraordinary amount of time. I grew up with a principal in the house, so I was familiar with snow days, sublists, and superintendents. And I also have 2 sister-in-laws that are teachers, so that your service is not lost on me. But my goal was really to engage you all and to provide a little bit of feedback about alternative instruction days and to work with you to ensure that you're fully supported in protecting our instruction time. This winter has been a good reminder that weather can and does encroach on instructional time, and a few challenges that parents have noted. I'll discuss briefly as follows, just particular to ice pack days. But just know that we know that you don't control the weather. That's not, I don't, you don't. It's just how to best plan for and anticipate and get as much quality as we can. Again, I'm an elementary school mom, so unlike middle school and high school children, many of the elementary kids are achieving on those ice pack days an extremely small fraction of learning time compared to a normal instruction day. I'll be generous and say it's 30 minutes. It's not 300, it's not 100, it's not 90. The worksheets, despite our best efforts, parents are not always the best substitutes, try as we might. And the children want to engage, at least I've observed the children want to engage with their teachers and their classmates. Worksheets, laptops are not the best teachers either. I think we learned that through COVID very clearly. And I would say probably speculating for the older children too, but specifically those elementary kids. And I think we have, 10 elementary schools in Harrison County. And sadly, unfortunately, despite all of our best efforts, mine included, and especially yours, academic achievement scores highlight the urgency of cherishing every teachable moment. I mean, it's on the website, you all have seen it, whether it's mathematics, English, language, attendance, I won't bore you. We're not leading, right? There's just definitely that's the sense of urgency, I think, amongst the parents. And I'm sure you all have discussions about that too. And I think I come from a poorer county in West Virginia as a kid, so I'm even less here about my own child, if that makes sense, and more of the kids that are growing up in the Mingos, the Tuckers, the other counties that certainly got left behind in COVID. But I think Harrison County is looked to as a leader from you all, setting that reputation and that tempo. In closing, I just ask you to consider potentially, other solutions. I'm happy, I think many of us are happy to partner with you, to throw out ideas, to work through things, and possibly even consider eliminating those alternative days and focusing instead on ensuring that missed instruction time is added back to the calendar. In-person learning with a robust plan, I think will ensure that it's giving the kids every opportunity to excel. I'm not looking for pajama day and parties. I value my teacher. She's exceptional. You all know that too. So we've had a great experience, but they are underpaid, they are overworked. None of them show it, but I think we're not just trying to get you to add days, right? It's definitely quality over quantity. I'd rather have less days and more quality. So again, happy to take any questions or concerns, but just want to partner with you all and bring that forward. And it's things that, the parents talk about, and again, not related to the weather, because you cannot control that, but just having maybe a different plan, or some options that maybe we could provide feedback about.
Thank you. If you would like to wait around, we don't have a very large agenda this evening, but after the meeting's over, you'd be able to talk with any one of us about anything that you have an idea on.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty much, just like I said, trying to figure out where you guys are with it would help me, if it's not an option to maybe stop doing that, and again, I saw it on the agenda, so I'll kind of let it percolate for you all. Definitely would not be opposed to eliminating it altogether, but again, I only see one side of it, so I don't want to say that that's the end all be all or what, but just ask you respectfully to consider, and just to know that it's out there, and it's a topic, and it's one of many that you guys address, so it's not a fire that's burning, but I would just rather engage you face to face, and just let you know that we are here. So my contact information Caitlin has, and I'd be happy to support you all in any way and provide very honest feedback, and expect you to do the same with me and hold me accountable as well. So thank you for all that you do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, brings us down to our consent items. Is there a motion to approve consent items as presented?
Make a motion, we approve consent items.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? No discussion? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. New business?
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
we're moving some of the agenda. We didn't get to number 5 there.
Oh, excuse me, you're right, superintendent's update. Yes, well, if there's not a large update, then I know the
I will.
superintendent.
Yeah.
If you have,
I didn't know whether you were helping or.
I'm trying to help. Thank you.
On purpose or not. Okay, I just have a couple of things. I really wanted to say thank you to, and Ryan's not here, but our music educators across this county. I saw one of the most probably fabulous events that's happened in our county. We had the all-county band. It was middle school and high school, and it was just, I can't say enough about it. We had all of our music educators there. They spend 2 days with the kids, and they put on just a phenomenal concert Thursday night. And just to see the camaraderie among all of the music educators and the students was really something worthwhile seeing. So I want to say thank you to them for that. And then also, I did get to attend the alumni game. It was the last home game for Liberty. Well, playing Robert C. Byrd. And we had our own David there. He was announcing at the game or doing a radio spot. And it was just a nice activity to recognize graduates of Liberty. So a lot of extra effort put in there. So I appreciated being able to attend those. Also, we've been working on the benefit package. And we're having that reviewed. Actually got an attorney to look at all of it before we present it to you. There's been some work put into that, and we'll be bringing that back to you to look at. We don't have anything official about the waivers yet for the snow days. Wanted to give you an update on that. The state supposedly had a meeting yesterday about waivers for those days, and we'll know more, and I'll get you that information as soon as I can. And I don't know, Jimmy, did you want to, or Mr. Lopez, I should say.
Yes, well, just briefly,
Anything on facilities?
the control entrances at both Mountaineer Middle and Robert C. Byrd are in, right now they're in progress, and substantial completion is the 1st of May. For those, we kind of have a hard deadline that we need to get moving on some other things. We did meet with the McKinley folks about Liberty High School. They had come through with a final plan that was approved by the fire marshal with their controlled entrance. We talked about some other updates that we're going to be doing, some sidewalk work, some painting, the lockers, do electrostatic painting on the lockers. I know that we met with Mrs. Knight and with maintenance, and we're looking at trying to find some ways to divide up some of the rooms to gain some extra space. We're going to try to do that in-house. So it'll be a joint effort to try to accomplish that. We also met with McKinley. They did a final walkthrough at Robert C. Byrd to take some more measurements with the cafeteria, also the CTE building, shop area, ag building, and the food lab. So that should go out a bit pretty soon. I think we're looking at May.
Yeah.
So that is not, that particular project will go on pretty much the entire school year. So that'll be for the following, probably. My guess is it will be finished the 26th, 27th school year. Maybe earlier, hopefully, but realistically, construction, you look at it, and you think it's going to go much quicker, and it goes much longer than you ever thought. So I'll just briefly, bus drivers, we've had a lot of illness, and we've had some major illness, people out. We've been able to fill every run. Sometimes the supervisors are out driving, and I'm manning the radio with the secretary. We're getting a little bit thin, and I like to tell you all good things, but just in case you hear some announcements that we have to not run a particular route, we would run a route. We've been so fortunate not to have to do that, but it would be an entire day, not just for part of the day. Other counties around us have been doing it on a regular basis. We've been very fortunate not to. We're training right now, and we're trying to stay ahead of the game. It's just that it's not the retirements, it's just actual major illnesses that have, 93 regular drivers will just run into some unfortunate situations. Service personnel of the year, we're accepting nominations now through, and also the teacher of the year nomination. And that's, they can fill those out on the website. So we're hoping to get some really good employees recognized and be able to choose from the best of the best. That's
I
all we
think
have.
Julie's taking care of the professional, and Jimmy's going to service for teacher of the year. So we'll be excited to see who those recipients are coming up. Also, just to update you on the middle school, on Mountaineer Middle, being the elementary there, we're going ahead with playgrounds already. So she met today, Julie met today with the playground fella over there, so.
I need space.
Yeah, we got lots of space up there, so that's exciting.
What do you mean the playground? The bid's already out, or is it just a?
I wish. I just met with the guy to see, with the playground.
He's part of a co-op.
On the co-op, to see is there enough in the front to do a pre-K playground, and then is there enough in the back to do a regular playground, and how we try to stay away from the sewer, all the things that are there, because there's a lot of, because of that hill in the front and the woods in the back, to try to see if we have enough space in the there is.
Yeah.
So, and Northview has given me what they think they want. They really don't know what they want. They've never had anything. So their ask is pretty small, honestly. But I'm gonna try to work with them to see that they deserve what everybody else has.
Any other questions?
I was just thinking in planning for that too, is you never know if there's ever another school going into it, so number-wise, you have to plan for that too.
Yes. Definitely.
There is a lot of nice outdoor space up there. It seems like there's not, but once you get up there, there's a lot of nice outdoor space for children. That's all I have. Thank you.
All right, now this brings us down to business. Out-of-state travel study request and out-of-state leave request. Is there a motion to accept?
So the,
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I was looking at that and several, not several, but few of them, they don't list chaperones or for the number of people going, like the first one there's 57 students going and said chaperones, none listed on the form. I mean,
Generally, if it's the band, they have a lot of participation. I'm sure the band boosters, yeah.
A lot of parents go.
Oh, yeah, with most of those trips.
so I mean,
Did they not have that on there, Caitlin, when it came through?
Yeah.
it'd be nice, just, I mean, in this day and time with that many kids going, in this world we live in today, you worry about, making sure that they're well chaperoned and what have you. And I look at the other one down there, there's one that's going and they have 2 chaperones listed, and one of them is I guess the teacher or the one that made the thing, and one other person with 40 kids. And
That's the banner.
No, it's the
high school, Bridgeport High School. Students will travel to Kennywood for music festival competition. And I just, 40 kids and only 2 chaperones, to me, that's just,
See, that's
Jazz band.
that's just is, maybe, I don't know, maybe I would react, but I just think that, I always thought 10 kids would be the maximum number, so that you actually want somebody to be maybe responsible for.
I know sometimes when I filled these out, I didn't know who was going yet. And then I submitted it later and they had to be on the approved list and. Or they
Yes,
put in
that's
chaperone.
sort of like elementary.
Sometimes you don't, because some of these trips are later in the year, so they may not have.
Okay, I mean, I just think it's something that, you ought to, maybe before they even go, have an idea how many people moving with them.
What if we just put a number there? Maybe if they say we're taking 20 chaperones or 10 and they didn't have the names yet.
That's
That
fine.
way it would give you an idea.
Yeah, that's fine, I mean.
Yeah, because sometimes you don't know who they all will be. But for most trips, you have an idea, I need this many adults.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
couple of schools there going together on a trip, that's kind of.
Yeah, that's nice. That's
Yeah.
nice for the kids too.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all, that was my concern.
All right, sounds good. One thing I'll say is Washington DC will continue beating that drum. We've been beating it for a number of years, but that is always an educational trip. It's always a good place to go, and it's a good place for the kids to learn about the history and see a lot of things that they could benefit from. So keep that in mind. All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Approval of software purchase. Is there a motion to accept the approval of purchase for Advantage Technologies at a cost of $140,817.67 through the Omni Purchasing Cooperative? With the purchase order, the total purchases issued this year to this vendor approximates $171,000.
I make a motion to approve purchase.
Is there a second?
Second, yes.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Purchase of equipment from Hooten Equipment Company for use in child nutrition. It's recommended purchase orders to be issued to Hooten Equipment Company at West Milford Elementary for a gas convection steamer. We're looking at the list of equipment supplies, right? These are the bids. Okay. The winning bid was $29,085. Simpson Elementary heated holding cabinet, $4,120. Another Fort Primary gas tilt skillet with faucet, $29,467.32. South Harrison High School gas tilt skillet, $27,912. And Robert C. Byrd High School dishwasher, $59,620.75. For a total of $150,205.07. Is there a motion to accept?
How many?
I so moved.
Is there a second? Okay, discussion.
Just, how many companies bid on these, on this equipment?
I think it's a student. We had one vendor. Yes. If you look at the bids.
Just one person?
They, yeah, they bid almost all of them, but
I mean, that's the only bid, no other companies bid on all this.
usually how they have it.
Advertise it and follow the procurement process and just one time.
And this is coming from a grant.
Grants in, right there at the bottom.
Yeah, it says
Child
child nutrition grants, child operating nutrition funds. Yes. All right, any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Brings us down to personnel matters. Is there a motion to accept personnel matters as presented?
I so moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion on personnel matters?
I remember we had several, or not several, but some bus drivers too that were on jury duty or something, maybe a part of yours there. I was thinking, I remember that.
Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Student disciplinary matter. Is there a motion to accept the superintendent's recommendation as presented?
I so moved.
Is there a second? Is there a second?
Yeah, I second it.
Is there any discussion? And if there would need to be, I caution what we would say, we would have to go into executive session discussion. All right, if there is no discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, board member comments, Mr. Tucker.
I don't have it, thank you.
Mr. Hope.
Yeah, I got two things. One is, she was talking about the concert and everything, took place that night. Well, I went on the other end of it, and I went to the middle school basketball championship game at Lincoln, and I've been involved in a lot of games and been right there, and this really brought me back. It was an outstanding game, played with two outstanding teams, and, you know, it came right down to the end, and fortunately, or unfortunately, one's got to win, one's got to lose, and Washington Irving came out 39-37. And and there was a great crowd of people there, and after the game, everything was nice and smooth, and everybody, you know, nobody wants to lose. And So like I said, it was, I paid for my whole seat, but it got so exciting, I ran on the edge. So I didn't need the whole seat. And the second thing is, I'd like for everybody to lift Esther Messenger and especially her husband Neil, who's undergoing surgery, I believe tomorrow in Charleston. Neil's got some major issues, and so if you all could just lift him up in your prayers, it would be, because Esther and Neil have been a vital part of Harrison County for years, and it's just come about, and so he's going to a specialist in Charleston. So hopefully all will go well, and he'll make a recovery, because that man's been through a lot. When I was first teaching at RW, and he got shot by a high-powered rifle, and, never killed him. There was, I guess, the good Lord had a reason for it, and it's proven that out, that he's, a gentleman that has been on a feeding tube probably 40 or 45 years every day, and Esther's been right there by his side. So anyway, if we can just lift him up and pray for the best. So, thank you.
Dr. Santilli.
Yeah, I got to do 2 events last week, and I was just really pleased. I was also at the concert. If you did not announce, they did not announce it was a middle school band, you would have never known. It was amazing what those kids could do, and the high school was stupendous. And kudos to all the teachers and the parents who supported that. And I was also touched that the instructors were very gracious to the people who voted for the levy, and they said, we cannot do this without your support. So thank you to the whole Harrison County community. I was also able to visit the ag department at Bridgeport High School. I learned about laying chickens and meat chickens and goats and pregnant goats, and they do not let people come out and pet. They are very serious. The state people were there, and the first thing they asked the teacher was, what are you doing to protect the chickens? Only certain people are allowed to go out there. You have to wash your hands. You have to have booties like from the hospital to go in and out, and the laying chickens can't mess with the other chickens. And it was really interesting. So if any of y'all get a chance to go out and visit some of these programs at the schools, I highly recommend it.
Ms. Smith?
I'm good.
Mr. Tucker?
Doug just reminded me, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say something. And at Lincoln High School honored 3 schools that they felt it really went together to make Lincoln. One of them was Wallace and Lumberport and Lincoln, and I was, and Shinston, I mean, and I was involved in 2 or 3 of those, so I really appreciated that. And they had a celebration there of Wallace Bulldogs winning the state basketball tournament in 1925. No, I wasn't on the team, but anyway, they did a very nice job at Lincoln doing all that. And in fact, the jerseys here, somebody bought and paid for the plaques, and they're hanging in the commons area down there now, so that's pretty neat.
All right, thank you. Congratulations to the boys and girls swim teams at Bridgeport High School. We will bring them in, as we have done other ones, for winning state championship this year. We have great students and great student athletes in Harrison County, and then we should recognize them in every opportunity we get. Thank you, Ms. Leesburg and Ms. Kynes, for putting together your presentation this evening. And I think at some point we should have a workshop to discuss some other items in the future regarding staffing. But we can talk about that in the future. And then the last thing I want to remind you is March 17th, our meeting is at 10 a.m. All right.
And I'll bring the bagels.
Very good.
I've got to my list.
Oh,
Sounds good. All right. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I so moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
all
All in peace. All children in peace. Go in peace.